Welcome back, dear friends, to another deep dive into the world of inner transformation and spiritual truth. Today's episode touches a nerve that so many of us have silently felt but rarely speak about out loud. Why is it that the deeper you commit to spiritual practice, the more obstacles seem to appear? Shouldn't the journey get easier as we walk more sincerely toward the light? Why does it feel like the more we meditate, chant, and strive to live in truth, the more chaos, emotional turmoil, or external breakdowns emerge? Could it be that what we perceive as failure is actually the prelude to our greatest transformation? Let's begin with a truth that may shake your assumptions. The spiritual path is not about comfort. It's about awakening. And awakening, by its very nature, involves a deep shaking of everything untrue both within and without. The deeper you go, the more illusions get exposed. The more sincerely you practice, the more forcefully your inner shadows rise. Why? Because you're disturbing the status quo of your inner world. You are triggering an energetic cleansing. And that cleansing is not always gentle. Imagine your soul as a vast, ancient temple. Over lifetimes, dust has settled on every surface. Cobwebs hang in forgotten corners. When you finally decide to clean, what happens? The dust rises, the air thickens. At first, things look messier than ever. You cough, you sneeze, you second-guess your decision. But this chaos is necessary. It means the dirt is being dislodged. It means the cleaning is working. This is what happens when you meditate deeply, when you chant with full devotion, when you start to truly live with integrity. Your karmic residue begins to rise. Emotions you thought you'd buried come back. Challenges you thought you'd overcome resurface. Sometimes, even your body reacts with sickness or fatigue. Relationships fall apart. Your job becomes unstable. From the outside, it looks like things are falling apart. But from a spiritual perspective, things are falling into place. You're making room for light. There's a powerful analogy used by many teachers. When a tree is being transplanted, its roots are shaken. It loses leaves. It may even look like it's dying, but what's actually happening is an adaptation process. The old soil is being shaken off. The roots are seeking new nourishment. Eventually, if the process is allowed to complete, the tree grows taller and stronger than ever. The same applies to you. If you can endure the discomfort, what emerges on the other side is deeper clarity, resilience, and grace. Many seekers expect the spiritual path to be linear: meditate more, suffer less. But the truth is, spiritual evolution is spiral. You return to the same issues again and again, but from higher levels of awareness. You don't eliminate challenges, you transform your relationship with them. What used to trigger breakdown now invites breakthroughs. What used to cause panic now becomes the fuel for compassion. Let's talk about karma. Often, when we speak of karma, we imagine it as some cosmic punishment for past deeds. But karma is simply the energetic residue of unconscious choices. The more awareness you bring, the more past karma rises, not to punish you, but to be seen, acknowledged, and ultimately released. In this way, every challenge on the path is actually grace in disguise. A woman once shared her experience after starting a daily meditation and chanting practice. Within weeks, she began having intense emotional episodes. Old memories surfaced, some painful, some terrifying. Her family noticed her mood swings. She began doubting herself, thinking maybe she was losing her mind. But she stayed with the practice. Instead of running, she breathed through each wave of emotion. Over time, the storms lessened, and what was left was a clarity she'd never known before. She said it felt like scraping away layers of grime from a stained glass window, painful at first, but the light that eventually shone through made it all worthwhile. Obstacles on the spiritual path are not signs that you're failing. They're signs that your work is working. They show you what still needs healing. They humble you. They refine your motives. They burn away your spiritual pride. They remind you that enlightenment is not about floating above life, it's about walking through it with eyes wide open and a heart willing to break open again and again. Sometimes, these obstacles take the form of doubt. You question your path. You feel like giving up. These moments are crucial. They test your sincerity. Anyone can be spiritual when things are easy, but can you still chant when your world is falling apart? Can you still meditate when your mind is screaming? Can you still act with compassion when you feel betrayed or exhausted? These are the real tests, and passing them is what makes you truly resilient. There is a concept in many traditions called the dark night of the soul. It refers to a period when all your usual sources of comfort vanish. You feel abandoned, empty, spiritual lie dry. But this isn't a punishment, it's a purification, a sacred dismantling. It's as if the divine is removing all your crutches so that you can finally walk with your own strength. What emerges from the dark night is not just faith, but unshakable knowing. Not borrowed belief, but direct experience. One of the most dangerous misconceptions is the belief that spiritual practice should bring constant peace. This expectation sets you up for disappointment. True peace doesn't mean the absence of chaos. It means the ability to remain grounded within it. The eye of the storm is not calm because the storm isn't real, it's calm because it has found its center. Every major transformation involves pressure. Diamonds are formed under immense heat. Gold is purified in fire. Trees grow deeper roots when battered by wind. And you become the most radiant version of yourself, not in times of ease, but in the crucible of challenge. So what should you do when spiritual obstacles appear? First, don't panic. Pause, breathe. Remind yourself, this is part of the process. Second, don't isolate. Reach out to fellow seekers. Share your journey. Ask for guidance. Sometimes, just knowing that others have walked through similar fire can rekindle your faith. Third, stay with your practice. Even if it feels dry, even if your mind resists, the consistency of practice is what carries you through the storm. Lastly, keep your heart open. Don't let bitterness take root. Let every difficulty deepen your compassion for yourself and others. Spiritual awakening is not a smooth ascent, it's a series of deaths and rebirths. Each obstacle you face is an invitation to shed another false identity. Each tear you shed is sacred. Each step you take, even if it's trembling, is part of your unfolding. Thank you for being here today. If you've ever felt like your spiritual path was making things worse instead of better, know this: you are not alone. You are not broken. You are being forged into something magnificent. If this episode resonated with you, please share your experiences in the comments. What obstacles have you faced on your journey? How did you move through them? Your story might be the light someone else desperately needs. And if you found this content meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a new video. Your presence and support mean more than you know. Until next time, stay strong, stay sincere, and keep walking your path with courage. Thank you for watching this video.